Hello everybody. Today I am going to discuss about the introduction of measurements and their formulas. First of all, what is measurements? Measurement is to measure something, length of a rope, distance between two points, finding perimeters, areas of plots and lands, length of a rope, length of a rope. See, this is kind of a rope. This is called actually thread, but now we'll use it as a rope. To find this distance, we used to measure it with scale. This is called measure. Then distance between two points. Distance between two points. These are the two poles. These are the two poles. I am finding the distance between the first pole and the second pole. This is called measure. Next, finding perimeters. What is actually perimeters? How we call it as perimeters? Usually, now let me tell you an example of this. This is me and I'm traveling like this. So I have to travel this much long distance. So the journey the journey of myself starts from here and end till here. So I have to travel how much, sorry, I have to calculate how much I traveled. So I'm calculating this all over kilometers. This is called perimeters. Okay. Then areas of plots and lands. These are called measurements. And now let me tell you something, that the biggest invention by man. Do you have any guesses? Biggest invention by man is wheel. Why it is called wheel? The invention. The other ways called as cradle of invention. How it comes cradle of invention? Wheel is nothing but a circle. In circle, we can draw triangle, we can draw square, we can draw rectangle, and we can draw parallelogram as well as trapezium. So we can have so many different types of shapes over this circle. This is why we call this wheel and as well as circle as called cradle of invention. Now let me move to another one. This is called pi. Pi. Pi is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. What is ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter? Actually, circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Circumference of a circle is, this is one circle and this is called circumference of a circle, and that one value is 2 pi r. This diameter is this. This is called 2r. So, if we calculate, ratio is nothing but division. So, C by D. See, we can clearly see in this diagram that this is one circle. After the circle, we can see one circumference. Okay, circumference. Middle, we can see center, and this is the diameter. This is the radius. Diameter is nothing but 2 times of the radius is called diameter, and this is circumference. So if we divide circumference by diameter means we'll get pi. See, circumference formula is what? 2 pi r by 2r. So I'm cancelling this r and r, 2 and 2. We get pi. So see, I'm getting this pi. Got it? This is what we call pi is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. Now, let me move to the parts of a circle. Parts of a circle is, see, this is one circle, and in this circle, I am having a point center. This is a fixed point. With this fixed point, I can draw a circle. This circle is called as a moving path traced by this fixed point. And from this fixed point to this moving point, I can see radius. This is called radius. And 2 times of radius is nothing but diameter. Got it? Diameter. And next one is chord. Chord is nothing but I am having 2 points on the moving points of a circle. If I join these 2 points, I'll be getting chord. Chord is nothing but dividing circle into two parts. I'm having chord here. So I can divide this circle into two parts, which is first part is this and second part is this. This is what we used chord. And this diameter is otherwise called as longest chord because I'm having half radius here, half radius here. So 2 times of radius is nothing but diameter. This is what we call diameter formula is D is equal to 2R. Okay. Next, I am moving to the sector. Sector. What is mean by sector? If I get a full 1 kg of cake like this, and I'm going to slice a cake like this. See, I'm slicing the cake. So I can see over here this arc. This is an arc. Okay, this is an arc, and this is nothing but radius. This is nothing but radius. This is arc. So this one is called sector, and this sector has a theta. Okay, this is another form. This is another form because in one circle, full form is called 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree. In this 360 degree, I am neglecting this theta alone. So if we want to find the sector of this, sector of theta value means we have to minus 360 degree minus theta. Okay, because this is 360 degree. From this 360 degree, I am neglecting only this theta. So if I minus this theta value, surely I'll get the sector. Okay, next segment. Segment is nothing but same thing. If I'm having a cake like this, okay, I don't want to slice the cake, but I just want to segment. What does mean by segment? See, I'm having 2 points over here and I'm cutting the cake like this. Cutting the cake like this, or else like this. Like this, okay? So this is called segment. This is called segment. So this part is called segment. Clear? Before moving to the length of the arc, I'll be telling you what is the central angle. See, central angle is, this is one circle, okay? In circle, we have a center O and a radius. And this point is A, B. See, this is A to B is arc. This is radius. So this is also called sector. Inside this sector, we have a theta value. Okay. This thing is balance of theta. Now, what is a central angle? Central angle is, as I already told you, like this is 360 degree. This is central angle. So this full part is central angle. Got it? Clear with this? Next, circle is divided into n equal sectors. So if I divide this circle into same like this sector means I'll be getting into n parts. I don't know. I can cut into different parts. Depends upon the slice. Okay. So that is why we are mentioning here n equal parts. Central angle of each of the sector is 3 theta degree. Same here, theta degree is now. So I am dividing the sectors into 360 by n. This 360 degree central angle I am dividing into n parts. Okay. Next, central angle of a semicircle. What is semicircle? See, this is actually one circle. If I divide this circle, I will be getting one semicircle. So this semicircle angle, central angle is 180 degree. As you have already learnt in the lower classes like straight lines. The straight line indicates that straight line. The straight line always will be in degree of 180 degree. This is what we call central angle of a semicircle is 360 degree by 2 because we are dividing this circle into two parts. One part is this and another part is this. So finally we get the value 360 by 2 is nothing but 180 degree. Same. Central angle of a quadrant of a circle is 360 by 4 is equal to 90 degree. What is central angle of a quadrant? Quadrant is nothing but in the same circle I can divide the circle into 4 parts like this. So this is one part and the second part, third part, fourth part. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 indicates quadrant. That is what we are dividing this 360 by 4. Finally, we get into 90 degree. So this is what we get, 90 degree over here. See, it's like a cake, you know. This is 90 degree. Got it? Now we move on to the length of the arc. Length of the arc is same as before. I said, you know, in the sector, this slice, this piece of cake, in this cake I am taking this as theta. How to find the length of the arc? So this theta is divided by the whole circle. Whole circle degree is what? 360 degree into 2 pi r. Why we want to take 2 pi r? Because we are taking this full circle, no? So this full circle circumference is 2 pi r. As we discussed earlier, circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So this is a formula of length of the arc. Same, the area of the sector. Area of the sector is nothing but a simple area, one of the area in that sector. So same, the theta value we have to divide it by this 360 into pi r square. Area of the base is what? Pi r square. Got it?